decap that's going to get Jove that really important resource lead.
Just like the Deagly decap of old, he's getting one deep in there. Just an in-joke for Dan and I there. You can afford us one every cast at least. The Focus Grenadier is coming back on them. Stern Pioneer going north because Luvnest knows that there's been combat engineer activity there, and that is the brains on Stefan. This guy's an intelligent Company Heroes player. He thinks deeply about things you may have been doing in the fog of war. That's just how damn good he is.
Yeah, really nice. He managed to get detection on one mine. Minesweeper's gone away. Now he's going to deal with the engineer unit. Hopefully gets a Minesweeper detection for the second one. But of course, he knows what the game is. And Jove isn't going to get the benefit of those early model wipes he desperately needs.
Oh, very low on health on one of those Focus Grenadiers. 4 mana dropping in the south. He does sweep that mine in the north. He gets out of there. Well, he's going to have to take the Stern Pioneers back to base shortly as well to get med packs down, surely. But look, he's in 2 mines right now. Do I sweep the mine? Do I heal the folks? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, this is really, really great play. That being said, though, Jove, I think, still has very decent map control. The trades have been, I think, in Jove's favour, actually. Let's have a look. No,
Luvnest is dominating on that front, of course. He is up against the conscripts, which pretty much deal at a 0.5 KD. Stern Pioneers doing really well there. They don't drop a single soldier, and they might even get the squad wipe. Temporarily minesweeps. What the hell? Did you see that from Luvnest? He even had the presence of mind to temporarily minesweep and then continue the squad wipe opportunity. 200 IQ Nest.
Yeah, he was lucky not to drop models there, though. I think it's definitely worth saying that. Jove didn't make a bad decision to stay in that engagement. I really thought a couple of models were going to drop from the Stern Pioneers. Totally not worth it.
Did not lose a single soldat, and very lucky for the gunfight to go completely in his favour, it must be said. Conscripts with a nice position here. 3 men are the bait, and they get flanking shots off on the lead Focus Grenadier, who now has to retreat through his own flame damage, loses a soldier due to it. Focus Grenadier on the north, they suffer a molly. No, flame dot damage not fully enacting there. Luvnest, easy soft retreat away.
Tier 2 from Jove. Not seen anything from it yet. Have been upgraded on the engineers with flamethrowers. So hopefully they'll be over onto the center of the map to help clear all the Volks Grenadiers out of the garrisons. Luvnest bringing on an MG34 to try and deal with the horde of conscripts that are causing problems for the Volks Grenadiers. But I really do like these heavy infantry start games.
They're exciting. This reminds me of when I begun to love this series. Some mine detonates there. There's Luvnest with mine for mine action. I cut my teeth in loving this series in Company Heroes 1, where there's this incredible, intense, ferocious infantry micro melting pot in the early game. I'm so happy to see that Company Heroes 2, in time, it took a while, but it's now evolved to have those elements in it. It did take a while because, of course, scout cars and half-tracks and all these kind of things flying around for years, but these days the elite players do play with infantry for a good amount of time.
Look at all the conscripts at the back of this. Really shows you kind of how the engagements are just so focused on that side. This is a great stun grenade from the Stern Pioneers, and Jove hasn't responded. The Stern Pioneers open up on this conscript squad, reducing many models. Jove retreating at the last minute, and tier 3 is coming up in the base now. Does he have the? He does have the resources to get the T70 out immediately, and he's got to be quick. Waiting for Luvnest to make a choice.
Luvnest has the option to go for the Lukes, and I'm sure he will in time. He's also taking the cutoff in the north here, really beginning to consolidate and operate within his territories. He's doing a great job of it, and he's branching out and starting to deny Jove resources. And still has elected to go for the Panzer II. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess this is not a bad choice. So many conscripts on the field. Great map control. I mean, if you can just work that Panzer II to keep all of the infantry in Jove's base.
No, he's going for a Puma first. Interesting. This tells me he's expecting a T70, and he's looking to counter it. So he had a choice there, Dan. He could go for infantry control, or he could go for a surprise counter to the T70, and he elected for the latter of those two options. Exciting stuff from the German.
engineers with the flamethrower. They're so important to be on the front lines here with the conscripts. Good thing, of course, being a front line, you can be merged with the conscripts and just keep that flame barrage going. But one of the things that will slow down the advance is, of course, the MG34. Just misses the opportunity to suppress there.
Oh, he's changed his mind. What? Now he's just delayed his Lukes.
Well, yeah. I think was he maybe thinking the T-70 should be out by now?
Possibly. Maybe he's just doubted himself there, and then he's going to be kicking himself now when he sees the T-70 come into view.
Yeah, he's cancelled again. Now it's the Boomer. Luvnest there. He's thinking, where's this T-70?
Tell you what, he may have messed up his timings here, Dan, but Luvnest rarely gets it wrong from a attacking standpoint.
Oh, I think that's unfair. It's 9 minutes, nearly 10 minutes into the game, and he hasn't seen the T-70 yet. Jove had a lot of control at the start, so I think it's a late T-70.
Sorry, how do you mean unfair with regards to
I don't think
Luvnest?
he got his timing wrong. I think he probably was really confused as to why this was out. So.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's a teching decision. He's doubting himself, but he usually ends up being right in these regards. That's why he's made it so far in so many tournaments. Nice incendiary damage there from the Molotov, of course. First grenade is really low. Well, Puma is now on the prowl. T-70's hardly seen any engagement so far. Let's get on board with this. Love this thing.
Tires in the mud. Got to get through.
Oh yes, one of my favourite AFVs in war history. There, the Puma. Absolutely love it.
Tripwire flares are fantastic.
Good eyes, Dan. I wish I had 20/20 vision. I would never have seen them.
It's so good because this is like a staple of Luvnest to use the tripwire flares, and for Jove to be using them. Very cost
combat
effective.
engineers die in a towering inferno. Puma's penetrating the T-70, causing all kinds of damage. It may be delayed, Luvnest counter, but here it is. And the T-70 is no more.
T-70 wasn't even focused on the Puma then.
Hit the well instead.
Yeah, Puma's going to get out of this with no problems. Luvnest is going to follow up with a Panzer II Lukes. And this is going to be some sizable control now for Luvnest. Jove needing to get an AT gun out of Tier 2 to help his infantry whilst they deal with the light vehicles.
How does this guy manage this? I think he's finished his degree, he's got a full-time job, yet he's still looking like he's the best Common Heroes player in the world. What the hell? It's just crazy. He must have learnt the game right. Do you know what I mean? When he built his mind to play this game, he set the pathways and the foundations correctly. Because I've got so many bad habits, and a lot of us do, and we make wrong decisions. But this guy, all these little decisions he makes, and they all seem to be, it's like clockwork, you know? And it's, and I've spent many a cast marvelling over it. It does sound like I'm waxing lyrical over him for no reason, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah, every decision is very good. I love the use of the Lukes here, attack move on the sandbags to stop the cover advantage for Jove approaching from that side. Really important stuff. Luvnest now capping outside of Jove's base. And there's a real stunt to resources here, which Luvnest is going to capitalize on.
I'll tell you, somebody else that's looking like an absolute beast at the moment, Nagano, who's waiting for the winner of this series in the final. Can you imagine a Nagano on that kind of form we saw earlier versus a Luvnest on this kind of form we're seeing now? 2 PM GMT on Relic Entertainment, twitch.tv. Tomorrow afternoon, we could be seeing that grand final. And yeah, it might sound like I'm counting Jove out, but let's face it, Dan, it's not looking great.
No, this is a difficult situation to come back from, especially when OKW is just stacking that resource lead. Luvnest is really hot on the defense. We don't have minesweepers from Jove, and there's mines all over the place from Luvnest, so advancing through the map is tough. The composition, I don't think, is good enough against Luvnest anyway, but let's hope Jove can show us wrong here.
Stone Pioneers forced away, as is the conscript. Combat engineers rear their flaming heads. Got Schwerpanzer Schlepper coming out for Luvnest, so Panzer headquarters incoming. This with its field artillery barrage forcing away squads there, but Luvnest, if you push him away on the east, look at in the west, he's taking the cuts off there now. And a nice bit of sandbag cover, friendlily provided by Jove.
This is the good thing with Luvnest. I mean, actually, obviously, Jove is on the right-hand side of the map right now. It's the perfect opportunity for Luvnest to just make the approach up to the base and just kind of take the fight there. It doesn't matter if Jove is on the right because he can be overextended, easy to cut off, and get a lot of flanking kills. I don't think Luvnest has the vision there to see the conscript. So the Puma's going to come in and help with that, and it's going to cause the suppression there. Really good use of that unit just to get the final spotting.
Cracking stuff, really is. Nice. Well, the KD gap has been closed somewhat. Luvnest has veered ahead on army value. Points held wise, he's also now at a distinct lead, 12 points to 3. It's looking damn good.
There's a lot of flames there. Stempunny is taking a lot of health damage being in those flames. Little things like that are going to be essential for Jove getting back into this.
Shock troops with a rude awakening with their first breaths on the field. They throw a smoke grenade just to try and get this one standard territory point back. Ziskun positions just to thwart the Lukes.
Conscript's wrong side of the wall. Perhaps just realised.
Get aside the garrison as the MP40s of the Folks Grenadiers dawn upon them. A World War II icon of baddie weaponry. And yes, you are the baddies, Folks Grenadiers. Really not the right profile for that weapon, of course. Close quarter combat. Not the forte of the submachine gun.
Looks promising. Bait there for the AT gun. The AT gun does miss the first shot though. Jove has actually got himself together a little bit here and has put a pretty huge assault on the left-hand side of the map. He's still got a decent amount of VPs in this game, so taking the map back right now could give him a little bit of a chance to perform something special.
Yeah, he's going deep, he's going in. He's going in from multiple directions also. So really well thought about attack. He has waited until he's got a full army size, and he's having a go of it. He's claiming back his fuel in the south. He's getting back that victory point as well. Shock troops capping that standard territory point, so he's made gains.
I actually really like the decision to spread all the way across the map like this. It's probably the best chance he's got at catching Luvnest unaware somewhere. Tier 4 is going up. We know Jove's commander is frontline tactics. Perhaps he could decide to save up for the IS-2. It'd be a long wait.
Yeah, it would be indeed. He's got 70 fuel in the bag though, so if he skips a tank, he might be able to get a heavy tank out in about 10 or 12 minutes time. Meanwhile, Luvnest, however, got the Schwerpanzerschlepper converted into the Panzer headquarters, and you know, puts him on his journey to perhaps to a Tiger, or probably to a Panzer IV in the meantime, just to keep his advantage.
The reactions from Luvnest there. Beautiful Molotov from Jove. Clearing the MG off of that side is going to allow him to take resources. We should see Luvnest, I think, probably start hitting the left-hand side of the map again. And Jove will only get one chance to stop this, to deal with this.
You only get one chance. This is your opportunity. Comes once in a lifetime. You better lose it yourself in the Company Heroes game.
Supply sector under attack.
Just see, so cheeky of Luvnest. He's always trying to run units onto those retreat paths. And Obersoldaten, by the way, upgraded with the STGs. This is a really good unit to use against shocks, actually.
Certainly is. Unless, well, if you can keep away from their advance, of course, but if you can pick them off as they advance, you know, it's all about situationally. We do have the 76mm on its way, the original in-tank design. Oh! Whoa, what does this mean? What does this mean? We've got a glitch in the Matrix.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh. A bullet time
Tactical
there.
pause.
Oh, it would have been cool if you panned the camera at that exact moment, like
Matrix.
The Matrix. Yeah, you know what I mean?
We'll remember that next time.
And here is that T-34 that can bend space-time.
I didn't know if he was going to try and wait for an IS-2, but I don't think it's a bad idea to go for the T-34.
Well, he's been losing this battle, not in terms of victory points notably, just in terms of overall map control, which may mean that the T-34 is outclassed, so it's going to need that Ziskun to keep it protected. It's going to be a synergetic relationship, I believe.
You know, the only AT that Luvnest has at the moment is the Puma. There's no Raketten.
Yeah, but look at the fuel. He's got a Panzer IV coming out soon, and that'll outclass the T-34. That's what I was...
I'm surprised he's got a Tiger coming out soon on plus 33 fuel
Jesus
per minute.
Christ, when you put it like that.
Blame him for
Combat
waiting.
engineer dying in the north.
It's a big hit from the AT gun. One more hit from the T-34 could be huge.
Oh, misses. So Luvnest there took out that combat engineer in the north. Dan rightfully took us to the centre of the battlefield where we nearly saw him die there with the Obersoldat narrowly escaping. Went for a ram there. He saw a large amount of building damage fall. Fun fact, if you ram all 4 corners of the building, you can finish it off. It's very hard to pull off, however. People will remember in the ESL days when you could hit one of the buildings on Fame and Villain in the exact part with your tank and it would auto-destruct. That was always fun.
Engineers ready for assignment.
There's the rebuilt combat engineer.
Luvnest has got to make a choice here. Does he give the T-34 a long window of time to be the dominant vehicle on the field, helping Jove get back territory and resources, or...
9! Does he go for the Panzerkampfwagen 6, the Tiger? Interesting question, Dan. I just really need to see that rhyme with 9 and...
2-0 in the series? I mean, I think I know what I would do.
Well, you wouldn't be 2-0 in the series. Sorry, I can't think logically about this one. Curl in a ball.
Touche.
He is winning out there as they are on the centre, but T-34 with a nice shot from range. 76mm with a fantastic anti-infantry area of effect profile. Centrally speaking, the 2 First India squads with a decent amount of veterancy and assault rifles, that's right. Sturmgewehrs leading the way in the development of pointy things that kill people. Oh, nice wipe there on the west. T-34 gets the kill.
That was
Grenade.
super important wipe there. The T-34-76 has been great here, but on the right-hand side, Luvnest has brought the Lukes up. He's catching units on their retreat path, and this will be a really important wipe if the shocks go down.
Nope.
No chance. Luvnest also laying mines. But this is a time game. Luvnest really just has to keep drawing out these engagements, and very soon he's going to be rewarded with one of the best tanks that OKW can field.
Oh yes, he's getting there now. He really is. 20 fuel away. Quite a lot of manpower away, 300 in fact. But the Tiger will be coming onto the battlefield and it could spell disaster for Jove. There's the up points held. There's the army value. Soon to see a bigger divergence from that on the overview screen. You can see that Luvnest is peeling away. Let's look at the MVP unit thus far. We've seen that Foch Grenadiers and of course the Puma has destroyed a vehicle. Go you.
Gold star.
Sing Company and misses right now. No accuracy. And again. Prioritized vehicle picked for the T-34.
Don't know that anything hit then. That a single thing hit in any of those engagements. Oh, this is dangerous for the T-34. Gonna hit a mine,
yes,
be
it
snared.
is. Puma could pick it off from a distance here, but is well out of position. Tell you what, won't be out of position very shortly. We're now 430 manpower, closer to the 630 needed. Check that out, actually. Yeah. No, 640, actually. I thought there'd be some... No, it's 640, yes, indeed. 10 manpower out, damn it. Just about to become a professional caster as well. I failed. Failed it all.
Used your allotment today.
STG, IRs, causing problems. Nice! Lencorp for there. A little bit of phosphorus-esque smoke action.
Well, AT gun trying to get shots on the Lukes. That's a nice grenade from the Obersoldat.
Oh!
Gonna nearly wipe the AT gun. That's sure to go down. Lose the veterancy on it.
You saw that red ticker there. That's a correction of a notorious bug that is been heavily mitigated, the Soviet AT gun bug. That's just how much the game's developing. Big thanks to Yan252 for finding the fix for that one.
Looks like such a hard situation for Jove. A lot of his munitions at the moment being spent on snares, on Molotovs, but it isn't stopping the Red Tide.
Oh, talking of the Red Tide, here comes a positive tsunami of Panzer action.
This is such a huge unit to bring out on the field right now. Its only competitor on the field is the T-34, which has just been repaired in base. Jove, plus 16 per minute is a long way off the 230 needed to bring out the IS-2. He could go for something like an Su-85. Wouldn't be bad against the Tiger.
Well, he's got the one Zisgun rather. He just lost a Zisgun. Unfortunate timing there. Shocks in terrible position for a shocking assault, but he is on prioritised vehicle right now, going tank hunting, is he?
Shock troops, I think, would be very happy that it was on prioritised vehicle. AT gun gets a nice little pop.
Not anymore. Misses, however. Throws smoke. Really wants that fuel. As Dan rightfully mentions, he's on a paltry fuel count, and really needs to get something big out to counter. Su-85 could be his avenue to stay in this game.
This is a nice little path here. Jumped over the wall to get into the VP. It's going to force Luvnest to reposition his MG34 with the Tiger there, though. And this is not forget to mention, Luvnest is on a triple cap at the moment, so we're going to be seeing Jove make all sorts of crazy dives for VPs right now.
Yes, indeed. 145 and dropping quickly. Nice Zisgun action there, forcing the Tiger away temporarily. Oh, we've just seen a build. Oh, he's going for the KV-8? The flamethrower tank. Interesting. Very Barton-esque for those of you that remember SNF Season 5 and the Alienware Cups, etc. That era, it was all about flame tanks and AT guns, and I'm seeing Jove is now going to go for that. So many strats for Soviets.
I will be honest, I don't understand this choice at the moment, unless he's really suffering from things like the Obersoldaten and just the veterancy on the Volksgrenadiers. But how is he going to deal with the Tiger right now?
Terrible. He doesn't have the combat engineer veterancy to make this build work. The KV-8's going to tank damage from the Tiger, and of course from the stolen AT gun. Just to bring that on your picture here, this gun was stolen also. KV-8's going to get in there, sit behind that house in the centre of your screen, tank damage. Who's going to repair it? Vet Zero combat engineers with their terrible repair time?
I think he's going for the right, actually. He'll probably clear out this building. It's been called onto the right-hand side of the map.
Okay, well that's okay. I mean, that's a nice action you can do with it, but what after that, you know? Interesting.
Well, credit to Jove, he's still staying in the game. He's still making some movements, and he is getting progress. I think that would be unfair to say anything else. KV-8 just gets revealed as the Volksgrenadiers try to decap strap points right outside of Jove's base. Can we see a squad wipe on the retreat here?
Oh, he's pushing them around like an angry, flame-breathing sheepdog.
Go on.
In fact, I think you'd get rid of the sheepdog that did that to sheep, actually. Take it back, and they incinerate that first grenadier squad. Meanwhile, the Tiger obliterates that conscript. And they pirouette down. Let's zoom in on this. This is one of my favourite bugs of all time. Oh, they stopped.
Nearly. That can go on for a long time.
It can. If you get it just right, it's like, you know, the spinning top from Inception. It could go on forever.
Or it could not.
Or, yes.
Puma here. It's actually on a mine. I don't think it would be triggered by anything unless the Tiger decided to fire out of turn. T-34 trying to go for the Lukes. Probably could be chasing there. It's so unfortunate that some of these opportunities have been missed. The AT guns trying to get shots on the Tiger. Luvnest.
Oh, KV-8's coming in after the Zisgun. Any mines in the midst there? Could be, yes, looks like there is. Our glorious community manager, Andy, in chat there saying it's not a bug, it is indeed a feature. My mistake, I'm ever so sorry. Zisgun now coming out to help the KV-8 burn
lovely.
Some Germans.
Vehicle cap from the T-34 there. That's when you really know players are desperate for the VPs. They've got their much-needed tanks to fight off the Tiger, currently capturing VPs as one of the only mobile things that can handle it.
Oh, taking out the telecommunications wire from the Tiger there. This is cracking play from Luvnest. What a game. I'm liking it. Although he does only have 57 victory points left, so we might not be seeing it for much longer. He is capping the one in the south as we speak. You can see that on the minimap. Obersoldaten doing some
trap on the point.
Trap action.
Making it as hard as it could possibly be for Jove to come back up on the map.
He's mean, isn't he? He's a big meanie.
Yeah,
this is our last game of the day. We want it to go a little bit longer if possible.
Jove's preparing for this very well, actually. He's got the AT gun there, ready for the Tiger's arrival. T-34, you know, T-34's got a chance to go around and flank. There's no snaring units there.
Did I just reveal my feelings about Jove in this game right now? I just said this is the last game of the day. Can't we get it to last long? I'm sorry. If Jove wins this, he could go on to win every other game in this tournament and take $10,000 home and be world champion. But bias casting engaged, and I am expecting Luvnest to take this one home at the moment. But stranger things have happened in Company of Heroes, and Jove certainly is still a beast. Just
That's a lot of models wiped there. KV-8 is doing a really good job.
how many kills on that thing?
Currently 9. And the KV-8 coming out here to help against the Vet 5 Stern Pioneers. Shock troops there to help clear on the retreat. T-34 picks off pinpoint the model gunner of the MG34 with the AT guns there and the T-34. Can we do anything against the Tiger? Puma also comes in to try and deal with the KV-8.
What a standoff we're getting on Feynmanville approach now. Tiger and Puma pushed away. The big cats want none of that. And that means Jove will now be able to consolidate some of his territory. Booby Trap's going to be engaged. He's going past it. He's going for a flank instead. What's he looking at down there? It is indeed the Vet 5 Focus Grenadier sitting on the central victory point, as you can expect. You can also see in the... Oh, KV-8's coming into picture. Ouch.
Doesn't want to get too close in case he gets Fausted. Shock troops, they are pushing him pretty deep against the Tiger. They're trying to clear the AT gun,
And
perhaps.
they do it. They clear the AT gun. They push on. STG, Obersoldat and Watch on, however. Conscripts do make it within the central capping circle, keeping Jove on 50 munitions. Got a Luke's ready to flank. Obersoldat and reposition, however. Where's the Puma in all this? Here it is, with a nice penetrative shot on the KV-8. Will the Tiger finish the job? No, he won't. The house comes to the rescue. Ziskin has pushed up to keep the Tiger at bay. Puma goes in for a big play now, but AT grenades threaten, and the cap commences for Jove. 48 victory points remain. Could this be an all-time classic finish?
It's an interesting one. Luvnest still has some pop cap to play with, so he can bring out a couple of things which maybe will deal with this from Jove, but this is a really good showing from Jove. I think he's just put incredible effort into getting an army together. Can they just hold 2 VPs? Double engineers are going to be able to keep repairing the T-34-76, keep repairing the KV-8, which is essential.
That's what I said. It's absolutely essential. He had to build another combat engineer. This build will not have worked if it wasn't for that second combat engineer. It's like you don't think it's essential until you see just how much damage that KV-8's going to tank. Quite literally, just to use the gaming term there, but it obviously comes from the military term, to be a tank.
Conscripts picked up the 7th man.
South side here, this is important. This victory point's being capped by Luvnest. Not usually important, but it is now because double-digit figures remain for Jove as he backs his beautiful T-34 into vision. Focus Grenadiers jump out of the capping circle because it would more too tightly group them together. Nice Faust also. Didn't expect that to come out of his pocket.
It's such an important Faust. AT gun is here to cover against the Tiger. The T-34-76 needs urgent repairs though.
Check out the centre as well. He's also managed to get into that circle because the KV-8's being repaired. Jove needs to push forward now. He can't let this happen. So he pushes forward in the centre and forces the Focus Grenadiers out of touch. The Ziskin, stolen Ziskin, is still in situ. Every VP matters as the field artillery of the Reddison Ziskin forces him away. That gets the kill? Was that a mine?
No, that was the barrage from the Zis. I don't think it activated anything unless there was a mine there.
Just a lucky shot.
Hadn't seen. That's gonna force Luvnest to recrew, get back to the
got
base.
in this house in the north, by the way.
This is the MG. It's been here for a long time.
And look at that. He just repositioned as soon as you looked at it.
Yeah, because
clever.
Luvnest
To
bringing
be
over the
32 minutes in a game and have little reactions like that very quickly. What the hell? Crazy. Oh, nice positioning just south of the house. KV-8's in the picture. Must have Ziskins backing him up, by the way, just to the left of our screen, I presume. Ready for the Tiger. Yeah, indeed. There must be another as well. Oh, he gets a nice shot in there. Will the Tiger get the overshot in?
He's going for it. He's going for the ground attack shot. Oh, it misses.
Hits the combat engineers as well. That would have been inside the fog of war there for everybody, using the attack ground feature on his keyboard. IS-2's coming.
Yep, if Jove can just hang out a little